Just going to start the rear diffuser. Looking a bit worse for wear. I'll clean it down with panel wipe first. Obviously missed it during the early cleaning. Not very good, but I'll put it right now. The diffuser's come up nice. Looks lovely and shiny. And while I was at it, I've made sure everything else under here looks nice, including the chrome tips for the exhaust. Needs a wipe off, left polish on it as usual. All the plastics have been cleaned. I'll ceramic coat the plastics as well as the paintwork. In fact, I might do that right now, get that bit out the way. So I'm going to remove the masking tape and then re-clean all the plastics with panel wipe. And I think I'll put some ceramic on that. While I'm underneath, the wheels have now come back, and they've got to be ceramic coated as well. So I'll show you them in a bit. And I'm finished under here at least, and now I'm going to do the tailgate. Right, I'll see you a little bit later. I want to thank everybody who watches my videos, it means the world to me. So I'll see you later. Good morning. I'm still on the Range Rover, and yesterday I polished the tailgate, cleaned all between the letters, polished the rear windscreen in prep for the coatings. Now, yesterday I did the diffuser and the underside of the car, and while it's still up in the air, I thought I'd start coating this back end with ceramics to save me crawling underneath once I get the wheels on. I need the car down so I can polish the bonnet and the roof. So today, later on, I'm going to start preparing the wheels to get back on, clean them down, ceramic coat them, get them back on the car. But I just thought I'd show the difference that the ceramic makes to the finish on the plastics. I meant to film putting it on and I just realised I hadn't set it up. I've just been getting on with the work. But you could see it makes a total difference in reviving the look of the plastic. You know, it looks light grey, and once it's ceramic coated it goes back to what it should look like, which is a satin grey. So I thought I'd show that. I'm going to coat the diffuser and the plastics underneath and coat the exhaust tips at the same time, and I won't have to get under the car again then. So I'm just doing that. The rest of the car now is all looking lovely, and I probably spent more time doing round the letters and in the holes, polishing those, than I did to polish the rest of the tailgate, but it does finish the job off nice. So the next thing is I'm going to start preparing the wheels, get them coated, get them back on, and then I can get on to the polishing the roof and the bonnet. But the rest of the car now is looking lovely, and I mean that. It's considering what I was working with, I didn't think I'd get it as good as I have. Now I'm not saying I've got rid of every bit of the scratches. There's a couple of nicks that you could find if you really want to, but you know, it's a million times better, and I'm well pleased with it, and if I'm pleased with it, it's generally quite good. So I'm going to get this finished, coatings, and then I'm going to get onto the wheels, and I'll film one of the wheels being done. Some of you have seen it done a million times, but so the owner can see what's going on. Right then, I'll see you on the next one. Because these wheels are so big, I'm going to be doing one section at a time and then buff it off and then move round to the next one. So I just want to ensure that I get really good coverage. I've wiped all the wheels down beforehand with panel wipe to make sure that I've got all the finger marks off from the handling, and I'm just waiting for this to start rainbowing, and I'll buff it off. Now I'm treating these really lightly, the polishing, because powder coating in a lot of ways is quite soft, and you can leave lots of marring. So I'm just going to very lightly buff off the ceramic. And then I'm going to move on to the next section, and I'll just go around all the wheel exactly the same until it's all done. So this is coated now. I did that one first, so this is the next one. Right, I'll see you later. Here they are, all coated. Well, the one. Looks good. Right, let's move on to the next one. Just ceramic coating the calipers before the reconditioned wheels go back on, and then when it comes back for cleaning, they're easier to keep clean. We all want to see nice shiny calipers through the wheels. Right, I'll leave that for a few seconds and then wipe it down. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, now I've gone to all the trouble of having the wheels refurbed, cleaning and polishing the calipers, ceramic coating them. I don't really want to put grotty looking wheel nuts back on. So basically I've got the metal polisher out. I'm just rubbing some auto sol into it and give them a clean up. Let's give them a quick wipe off and we'll have a look. I mean, for what it adds to the job, you know, it's a couple of minutes per nut, but that's the difference, and that's the end you're going to see. But it just finishes the job off. You know, I'm probably just going to give it another go, just see if I can remove that bit there. But you get the idea of what I'm doing. They'll be nice and clean all the way around. So I'll just do this one again. It adds 2 minutes to the job, so why not? So I'll see you in a bit. Looks absolutely like brand new. So I'm going to do all of them as I go around the wheels, put the wheels on one at a time. I'll do all the nuts, and then I know the nuts are going on to the same wheel they come off as well, but sometimes the threads can be a bit funny, but they'll look good. See you in a bit. You can see the locking wheel nuts are in exceptionally bad state, and that's what I've managed to bring them up to. It's took a little bit longer than the normal wheel nuts, but I can't put that on when I've polished all the other wheel nuts. So, you know, it probably took 5 minutes to do this, which is no time at all in the grand scheme of things. When they're on the car, they'll look a million times better.
751.
Good morning, I'm Ted from the Devils in the Detail. Done both sides, the back, front bumper, rear bumper, wheels are done and refitted. You've seen I've prepped one of the steps. I've got the other one to do, which I'm going to do this afternoon. But for this morning, I'm going to start on the bonnet. I've got the roof to do, but most of it is a pan roof. So there's not a lot of paint work to do on the roof, but I want to get the bonnet better. This bonnet looks like it's been painted and it's got a bit of lacquer pop in it. So there's a few stone chips here and there, but I just want to get it up to look like what the sides do. So for this morning, I'm going to be on the bonnet. If I get the bonnet done in a relatively short time, I'm going to go and prep the other step because I want to get them painted so that they can stand for a couple of days after to gas out and go hard before I refit them. But the car is starting to look really, really nice. I'm really pleased with it. I've still got all the coatings to do once it's polished. I've got to polish the front windscreen, and then I shall coat the windscreen with Geon Shearer, and the sides I'm going to use a product I've never used before, and I'll show you that when I do it. So I'm going to find something that I can stand on, because as you can see I'm not going to be able to reach all the way across. I don't really want to be leaning against the wings. I probably should have done the bonnet first, but as you know I needed it up in the air to get the wheels sent away to have them refurbished. So I've had to leave it till last, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. So I'm going to get on with the bonnet. It's going to have a three-stage cut and polish like the rest of the car. And I'll show you some of it when I get started. But for now, I've just got to go and find something that I can stand on that will enable me to reach the middle. So I shall do the middle outwards. So then I haven't got to stand on anything. So I hope you're enjoying watching the process of getting this car done. I'm enjoying doing it, to be honest. It's that's what I come in for. I love doing what I do. So I'll get started and then I'll turn the camera on and you can see the first cut. See you in a bit. Right, I'm ready to start the cutting on the bonnet, and because I'm going to do a bit here so I don't have to climb up over the car and try and film it. But first of all, I'm just going to check the paint depth readings. Just I already know from pre-measuring it before that the bonnet's had paint on. Let me just do that again. It's gone back to 0. You can see healthy readings: 191, 186, 212. So there's plenty on here. That doesn't mean there's even more lacquer because it's been repainted. In effect, there's probably 4 coats of paint on this car, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's more and more lacquer. Although generally when the car's painted there will be more lacquer than off from a manufacturer. So there's plenty of lacquer on this for me to cut down. You know, if I take 6 or 7 micron off, it's not going to be detrimental to the depth of the paint. So I'll just start. I'll just do a little bit so that you're not having to watch every bit of it, because it's, you know, when you're cutting, I've got a wall pad. I'm using Kosh Chem H9 on a wall with an orbital polisher, and I'm just going to do this section. Probably not a full set, I'll do it off camera. Take forever. not quite a full set, but the compound is starting to oil up. I normally like to diminish it some more, but I'll just have a look and see what it started to look like, and I'll bring the camera down and you'll be able to see we're already starting to make a difference. So bear with me because I need to unplug the microphone. Right, this is the section I've just done that set, and already I can tell that it's cutting well. Let's have a look, see if we can get any clarity difference. Like I say, this bonnet's been painted and is probably not quite as badly damaged as some of the car. As you can see, there's still swirls and everything, but we've already cut the swirls out, and now I just want to cut some of the lacquer pop that's in it out. But it's not bad, you know, off a first cut. The rest of the car hasn't reacted as well as this has, but you need a break every now and again. But no, this will have another couple of sets, and see if I can get a little bit more. I can't really show for some reason. It's not really showing up the lacquer pop, because now the metallic's popping. It's difficult to see, but there is some solvent pop, lacquer pop, whatever you want to call it, and I want to get that out. Right, so I'm going to crack on, and I'm not going to bore you with watching, you know, an hour of doing this, but we'll have a look a bit later. So see you in a bit. Here, I think I've managed to show what the solvent pop looks like in the bonnet, and this is what I want to get down to a decent level, which I've managed to do. I can get the light. I haven't got everything out yet. This is still on the first cut, but as I go back to where I haven't started at all, that's what it looked like when I started the bonnet. Obviously the further I come down the bonnet, the better you can see that it's been cut out. So I just have to keep cutting until I get that pop out. The little dots, it's not the orange peel we're looking at, it's the little dots that you can see, and that's where the solvent has popped through the crust of the paint as it's been gassing out. Right, I'm going to get back to cutting. Right, I've just got this to a really acceptable level, and I have to say it's looking nice and crisp. And now I'm going to get this down to the same finish. One of the pluses of trying to get the solvent pop out is that you take some of the orange peel down at the same time, so you know it's going to give you a better looking finish anyway. But it's took a lot of sets, you know, each part of the bonnet that I do, you know, about shoulder length, has had 6 or 7 sets to get it down, but it's done the job. Now I've got to do that side. Well, it's looking good. See you in a bit.